What's up guys, Kriscoolmod for your update number 12 for the LightGun update number 12. It's available today for Patreon, just a little bit earlier than the 15. So we are the 10 of May and the Patreon update 12 is ready. For free user, you still have your update 11 available until July. You will have this update in July. So for free user, it's update 11 now, and Patreon, it's update 12. Today, my friend, let's jump in. So every time you do your syncovery, guys, you do your DNR drive from the syncovery. After you go to Wiki, you always redone your automate one-click installation because there is new fix. So you just run the automate, the 2 minutes automate install gaming driver. All right. After your syncovery and you do your automate, if you have any boot problem, you just open the D drive. The D drive in the root, there is a file's name extract here. You right click, you choose 7-zip that has been installed, 7-zip, and you choose extract here. It will copy the missing files for booting the beast. All right. If you don't have the extract here for whatever the reason, jump on Discord, and the extract here is always on the log section on the RetroBeast. You can re-download it. If you have further any problem, you can choose your theme, swap the theme. It will fix the booting system. Talking about booting system on this update, I changed the no mouse C. Now I used to have the no mouse C replaced by a green dot cursor. I remove it now, okay? When you boot the beast, you have the exit everything. So you can exit everything from LightGun by pressing the back and coin or coin and start button. But the Reaper, you need to keep the joystick pressed for 5 seconds. The coin and start doesn't work on the Reaper, but for any other LightGun, it works. So Reaper, you press the joystick for 3 or 5 seconds to exit almost any games, okay? When you press those buttons, what is send escape, and he send Alt F4 for any game. All right, so let's jump on the update. There's a ton of games and stuff on this update, guys. All the emulator has been updated. Also, I changed the layout. There is new game and stuff like that. That's freaking huge. Wallpaper on the drive. Also, after the installation, you will have a bunch of shortcuts. Those shortcuts are to boot the beast. Let me focus in. So what you're gonna have, it's launch RetroBeast. One click to set your gun. It's gonna set any of your 4 LightGun plug on your PC. It will set on all the emulator and games. That's 20 seconds you need to do before running any games. It will set your gun. You have the wallpaper that is new. I did add a bunch. You have the rain meter. Rain meter is this logo. This is where you can launch the beast, change the MAME, calibrate your gun. Every setting now it's from this launcher. The beast wheel apps is removed from the wheel. It's just games now. Also, you can, if you have problem with Memuker and hook up the Reaper, this will refresh Hook of the Ripper and MAME Hooker and Hook of the Ripper. So if you're playing, you have problems, say, oh, my recoil just stopped work or whatever, just refresh. Or like always, if you have any problem, just reboot the PC and everything should work perfectly. Also, I'm gonna talk about the new rain meter guns that show on the desktop. I was talking about wallpaper. So on your right corner taskbar, if you double click it, just press OK. So now you have 4 pages of new wallpaper. You can choose the background. Okay, that's an update. No mouse C has been, like I said, when you boot the Beast, the no mouse C green dot is removed. You're gonna use the regular cursor. So if you still need to access no mouse C or stuff, everything, if you need more help, or fix or tools and stuff like that, it's always in your wiki. Okay, wiki, there is a fix section now for fix your pedal, fix Technoparrot, swap the PS2, PS1, swap them, player 1 and 2, fix your Nemco PS3, fix MAME Hooker error. Okay, a lot of people, they have the error again, because my automate, it does install MAME Hooker. But some people, they have error 339. It's very easy to fix after even the automate. You just run the MAME Hooker. Where's the MAME Hooker? It's in the LightGun folder. MAME Hooker. You can open MAME Hooker. Just run it as administrator. Run as administrator one time, okay? But you need to disable it after as administrator and run it as regular, and your error will be gone forever. You just need to run MAME Hooker one time in administrator, and that's it. It's gonna fix. Also, there is in the 16 and 24 terabyte, if you go to the wiki, there is a LightGun install and a ton of tools if you want to access for more advanced user, and you have a LightGun with all the tools if you want to access manually. But anyway, now everything is accessed from this this new, you can move it actually. So you have all the tools for the MAME. You can calibrate your gun from this mini launcher desktop. If you want to remap your Technoparrot, fix, so there's a bunch of shortcuts, and set your MAME and stuff like that. So it's very complex, everything is there, and when you launch the Beast, it's only games now in the Beast. Okay, talking about new system, let's go. I'm gonna show you the new system I did add. There is the, if you go to the LightGun, oh, by the way, what I'm gonna do, because people are confused, because when they boot the Beast, they see the Technoparrot, the Wii and the MAME, but they think it's the MAME LightGun, the Wii for LightGun and the Technoparrot for LightGun. Actually, this is for your Xbox controller, okay? It doesn't take more space. So I create on the main wheel MAME to play with your arcade board or your Xbox controller. Okay, it's not LightGun. The Wii is to play with your Wiimote, and Technoparrot is to play with Xbox controller. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a main wheel called Xbox. So it's gonna be clear. So when you're gonna boot, you will see Xbox and LightGun. Simple as that. That's gonna be on the next update. Okay, now if you go now on the LightGun, everything you see can be played with your LightGun. Okay, talking about LightGun, I support the Blendcom, the Gunfire, the Open Fire, the All Retro Shooter, the new X-Gunner, M-Track, and so on. The only gun I do not support is Sinden. All right, new system wheel, 3DO. 3DO has been added. There is 9 games. Also, I did add American Laser. Action Max was there, American Laser. There is a ton of new games. The Captain Power, this is new. Action Max, American Laser, Action Max. The Atari 78 100 and 2600. So this one is new. I know it might be not popular, but hey, just for fun, maybe some people they have a nostalgia. They did play this game when they were young. So I include all the game because it's always a game that people remember and want to retry and get the experience again. So that's why. It's not about it's good or not or duplicate. It's about people want to play the game as they remember, and some people they did play those games, they want to remember. So it's there if you want to try it. Some games are cool actually. So this is new. So it's 4 games on the 7800 and 2 games on the 26. Also, now you have the all LightGun wheels. I removed the two players and the 1 player. So now there is 1700 games. There is a lot of flash game, but I know from a YouTuber and player, I know a lot of people, they used to play those games. So again, it's there if you want to play. There is 17 working games now. You have the 4-player. I did keep the 4-player games wheel. So there is 11 4-player. And I removed the 1-player and the 2-player. The MAME, I did retest all MAME games and add and fix and so on and so on. So my MAME now has 110. Before it was around 80 or 90. Sorry, my camera is kind of... So there is 110 MAMEs. Because the way I work is all the games that used to not work properly, I remove them until I find a fix. And I find a bunch of fix for those MAME games. PS2, there is 18 now. Because now there is the 1-player. Why there is the 1-player and the 2-player? It's because the 1-player you can play with any light guns. Okay, it's supported from the Beast. So there is 18 games. Now the gun bullets was added. The Joe Jupiter was there. Yeah, create a save state to access Joe Jupiter. Resident Evil Dead Aim. Code Veronica, Starkish. So there is 18, it's complete. And the 2-player, it's for the Reaper, the Blendcom, and the Gunfire because it works on joystick mode. Okay, that's for the 2-player. So there is 9 for the 2-player. The Wii. Oh my God, the Wii. What I did, there is 80 Wii games. So again, there is a 1-player, you can play with all gun, 80. I reworked the logo, the video, and so on and so on. But the Wii is really tricky to to set on a LightGun because the Wii used to have a ton of buttons and it's very difficult to map all games. So if you have any problem with one of those games, tell me. I need to do a specific mapping for one game. And the 2-player for Reaper, Gunfire, and Blendcom, you have 36. That's the 2-player I found that works with 2 guns. Again, it works, it will swap your gun as a joystick mode, okay, for those games. And if you check, I changed the, also the layout has changed, the cabinet style and so on. I worked really hard to make sure every game has a logo, video, and a new art. Android. I did add a few Android. Sometime I check and I did find, I don't remember which one, but the logo actually, it's not the name, it's more the logo from the phone. But they all works. So there is 41 Android games. Oh, I'm missing a logo right there. Sorry about that. New layout, new stuff. So that's the reason why there is so many, and the Flash game was added the last update. There is a ton of Flash game, there is new PC game. Okay, the HD Recoil, the way it works now, HD Recoil is gone. You're not gonna have in the installation HD Recoil now because Hook of the Reaper works really great. And it gives faster recoil for fast gun and so on and so on. So I remove HD recoil. Now the way it works is Hook of the Reaper send the recoil for all your gun, for all the games. It send the recoil and the rumble. Okay. The version of Hook of the Reaper is 1.1.3 and C. I know that he just released the version 1.1.4. But I was not happy with the result because I lost the reload when you shoot off screen and stuff like that. So I need to rework all my default because I have 202, exactly 202 Hook of the Reaper profile for all the games. And I need to rework because it changed the way the recoil works on some games. So it's really complicated for me to retest and reset every game, and it's too soon to release it on this update. So give me some time, I'm gonna work with him and on the version 1.1.4, and I may in the future 2 months when it's ready, I'm gonna send you on the Discord my latest version of Hook of the Reaper. But if you update on the server, it's version 1.1.3.c. Okay, that works really great. But I need to work on the version 1.1.4. So HD Recoil is removed, as you already know. So Hook of the Reaper will send your recoil and rumble for all the games. MAME Hooker is still running because I'm still using it only for the main. Actually, there is not that much. There is around 5 or 6 games on MAME that really use the recoil. So MAME Hooker works for the main recoil and rumble. Also, it sends the LED. If you have a pack LED 64 or iPack Ultimate, it will send the LED. Also, if you have a digit for the alien gun, it will send the. Oh no, forget the digit. He can do that, but for now, he sends the LED for the pack LED 64. And the rumble for the main PS2 2-player, Wii 2-player, and 1 2-player. So when Hook of the Reaper will be complete the way I want, I will maybe shut down MAME Hooker and only Hook of the Reaper will send the LED for the MAME and the PS2 and the Sega Model 3 and stuff like that. Hook of the Reaper is very amazing, but for me it's like 80-85% complete. I'm missing the LED command, the digit command for the alien. And the Sega Model 3, I think it's fixed. I need to work on it. But there is a few systems, and PS2, PS1, and Wii 2-player. Okay, so Hook Up the Ripper, a ton of updates from Hook Up the Ripper, as well as Demule Shooter has a ton of new fix. Talking about MAME, Demule Shooter, it did change the way to communicate with games. It changed, so you will need, for the 2 TB for Demule Shooter to send the recoil properly, check on the log. I will provide a download for people that has the 16 and the 24 TB, okay? Because what did happen, wait a second, he changed the game for Ghostbuster, Dracoon, Rabbit, Tomb Raider, Elevator, Night Hunter, Raccoon, Mars 30. He changed the way, the naming of the target and the game, okay? But because the 16 and the 24 TB games are on the E drive, the R drive, and S drive that are not updated, I will provide a download. It's an AH key for each game. You will override the AH key for those around 12 games, okay? So read the log on the Discord, and I will provide the download for the 16, the download for the 24. The 2 TB, you don't need to download anything. Because you are updating your R and D drive, okay? So the Demule Shooter did have a bunch of new way to communicate with games. MAME Operation Wolf, we fixed the grenade. The grenade works properly now from your A or B button, okay? People were shooting and shooting grenade at the same time. Now it's fixed. Oh, I fixed also the, if you are playing the MAME, regular MAME for your arcade cabinet for Xbox, the spinner, I did add the mouse X for the spinner. Your spinner will work now. I did set it in dial, main dial analog is set for the spinner as mouse X. So you can play the MAME, this MAME. Any spinner or trackball, whatever, will work properly, guys. Sega Model 2 now is supposed to be full screen. But like always, okay, building a drive is very difficult to adapt to all the type of computer and spec. What I mean is, I can boot a game, for me it's going to be full screen, and for you it's going to be 4:3 for some reason. It just depends on your display and your behavior, graphic card and driver and so on. But as far as I know, I fixed the Sega Model 3. Oh, by the way, talking about full screen and 4:3, what I want to do is, I know I watch a lot of review and people feedback, and a lot of people, they like the full screen, and a lot of people, they want to keep the 4:3. So at what point what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen is I'm gonna offer a setting. I'm working on a global setting that you can change. Let's say for this game, just from one click you can swap to 4:3, and also it's gonna swap your gun to 4:3. And if it's full screen, it's gonna set the emulator to full screen and your gun to 16:9. Okay, I'm working on that. It's gonna be an easy menu setup that you're gonna have all setting in one click. Ah, you don't like the full screen? Click. You click it, it's gonna be 4:3. Okay, and so on. As well as all other settings will be accessible from a very clear, simple menu. Like a board with pin, and you, okay, full screen, 4:3, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. That's my dream, to have a very comprehensive menu, very simple, that you can, before booting the Beast or any game, you can set your preference about everything, save it, and go go play the way you want it, okay? If you like bezel, no bezel and stuff like that. And also swap your gun 4x3 and 16x9 on the fly will be great. So I'm working on that. Like I said, PS2, PS1 and Wii now 2-player works with the Blendcom, Reaper and Gunfire, right? I tried to remove the crosshair. Crosshair was a request to be removed, and I didn't manage to remove the crosshair on a ton of games. Like all the PS2 now, if you boot PS2 game, there is no crosshair. Techno Pirate, most of them, there is no crosshair. Sega Model 2, there is no crosshair. MAME, I removed most of the crosshair, but I removed all the crosshair. Virtual Cop 3 Xbox, there is no crosshair. NES, there is no crosshair. If you go on the fix or setting in the folder and you want to re-enable the crosshair, you can do so. So if you go to Wiki, fix, there is disable crosshair and enable crosshair. But after the update, it's going to be disabled by default. You will have no crosshair. And I feel it's more fun to play with the gun, the actual gun, than the crosshair. So it was a request and I did remove them. Again, on my future one-click setting menu I want to build, it's going to be an option like that, you know, enable and disable crosshair in one click. Okay? I want to make the beast very easy for you to change setting and access and install. Now it's very with the one-click automate, it's freaking amazing now. You can set any gun on the beast in 20 seconds. But I want it to be perfect, you know, very, very, very easy. The new automate now showed, I'm going to show you on my 24 because I have 4 guns on my cabinet. Now I have the gun show on the desktop. Wait a second, I'm going to show you. I'm going to minimize. Now I have the 2 Reaper. So I did create image for the gunfire, the Blendcom, the open fire, and so on. So any gun you're going to plug on your cabinet or PC, TV, whatever, you will know. You will actually, it's good for people that has a ton of gun. You know which gun is plugged. So I just start the automate and I plug the 2MX. So just wait, the 2MX will appear. If it's unplugged, it will disappear. If you have no gun, it will be no gun. And you can mix gun. You can mix gunfire and 1 Reaper. It's going to show 1 gunfire and 1 Reaper. Just wait. It's going to refresh at the end. And you will see 2MX, I suppose. I hope so. I plug them. Yeah, see, there is 2MX. So if your 2MX are player 1 and 2, they will show 2MX player 1 and 2 and your 2 Reaper player 3 and 4. So now I can reboot my PC and I know exactly which gun I did plug the last time. It's very cool. Also, if you use your mouse, you can place them on the desktop as you want. Just make sure you keep the order. But if you plug a X-Gunner, Open Fire, Blendcom, they all gonna show on the desktop. I find it very smart and it's cool because in your cabinet you really see the gun, right? So really, really cool. Talking about X-Gunner, I did add the X-Gunner in the list, but I have I did order the player 1. I just realized I don't have the player 2. Where is right-tilted player 1? Right there. I just saw it's right-tilted player 1. And one buyer says he did test the X-Gunner. He say it works, but he says my player 2 has not been set as player 2. But in my automate, I follow the code because each gun, when it's player 1, 2, 3, and 4, has a vid and PID code, all right? And I know I did it properly, but I cannot verify or fix it because I don't have the player 2. But I'm sure it should work. So if you have a Xgunner, test your player 2 if it's set properly from my automate, please. I just want to make sure because I'm really sure I set it properly. Yeah, and also hook up the Reaper. See, player assignment. My automate set hook up the Reaper, the 4 LightGun in hook up the Reaper. Also, you can verify in player assignment. You can see your com and stuff. And you don't have to set your com, huh? It can be any com. So that's really cool. Yeah, the automate is freaking tweak and works really great. It set everything. Let's continue on the update. Oh, I did add the bigbox Hunter. Bigbox Hunter on the PC. Man, there is a ton of bigbox game now. On the PC wheel, arcade gunner. It should be not far away. There is the arcade version, and there is the new Ultimate trophy. All right. I read from the Shooter, they fixed the menu that the gun didn't work on the menu, but for me it did works. I think they fixed it, or I don't know what happened, but tell me if it works for you. But for me, it works on the menu, and it works in game. All right. But I read that there is something weird that the menu doesn't work the same way as the game. And sometimes the Shooter has a problem to send the proper code to hook up the Reaper and so on for your gun. The Shooter was updated at update 15.3. So you got all the new bug fix. You can go on their GitHub. There is a ton of bug fix and so on. Most of them was for this game, Ultimate Trophy. And like I said, they changed the way to communicate to Wild West, Shootouts, Draken and Rabbit and Tomb Raider, Elevator, Night Hunter, Raccoon and Mars 30. So download my manual fix for your 16 and 24 terabyte fix, okay? I did create new AH key. You don't need to download, you just need to do sync recovery to have those fixed on the 2 terabyte. TMT Arcade on Techno. Lucky. If you go on the Techno, because it's a Xbox game, what I mean, you can play with your Xbox. I did add the new TMT on the 2 terabyte and 16 and 24, but where it is, this one, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, the new game. So you have it on the 2 terabyte, even if it's not a LightGun game. Because I know it's a popular game. If you have an arcade cabinet, that's really cool. You can play LightGun and you can play a regular game. Talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, I fixed the video in the MAME. It was 2 videos identical for Teenage Mutant Ninja and Teenage Mutant Ninja in Time. So I fixed the video. Okay, the Plant vs. Zombie, it's a nightmare, okay? I'm gonna quit the game, okay. The Plant vs. Zombie, the version I have, I know it works, but I read on the Emuline the fix, and the fix is really weird. Because Plant vs. Zombie, what's gonna happen? You're gonna click on it, it's not gonna boot, okay? The reason why, and I find why, it's because the game needs to have a hardware sound. So now, all my PC, the way I'm setting up, all my PC, the sound go in the HDMI to the TV, and after the TV to my soundbar, okay? And a lot of people I guess they have that setup. But the game doesn't like to have the sound. That's really weird, but that's the way it works. Because remember, when Technoparrot or whatever, they release an arcade game, the game was made to work on the hardware. Okay, it works on the specific hardware in the arcade. So what they do, they dump the game, but after they need to fix all the connection the game has on the peripheral, right? And usually it works. We can emulate them and work. But this game, the sound is not fixed. The sound needs to come through your motherboard. So you need to plug a physical cable from the audio out from your motherboard. So the game communicates with your motherboard and the sound go. Because the reason it doesn't boot is it doesn't have sound. Okay, so but that's the fix. You just need to plug whatever an audio output on your PC that the Plant vs. Zombie run, and the game should boot. Okay, the reason is just because every game when you boot, it has a kind of, by arcade game, they have a checkup. They check the driving wheel, they check the light, they check the light gun. They have a checking stage when you boot it, and it doesn't find any sound, so the game just stuck and wait for the audio. Okay, so that's your fix for Plant vs. Zombie until there is a patch or something. All right, that's it for the update 12, guys. So to resume, new Hook of the Ripper, really badass. It works with any gun. He gives also the LED info on the open fire. It's freaking amazing. A ton of new game on the Beast. Oh yeah, so everything I said, the wallpaper, the no mouse C, the new games. Yeah. So big update, guys. Enjoy. This update is available on the 16 terabyte, the 24 terabyte, and the 2 terabyte, of course. And the X-Gunner was added, and so on and so on. New game, new gun, new fix. And my dream, like I said, is to add a very clean interface. I'm working on that. One place to set everything. You can see all the fix or modification and stuff like that in one place. I want to add it on the 16, the 24, and the 2 terabyte. One click, very well processed page. You know, a page with all the buttons. You just click, okay, I want this, that off. I want this on. And yeah. So do your update. For the 2 terabyte, do your DNR. Make sure also, if you didn't update from a long time, read my Discord. Everything is explained. There is a troubleshoot and a wiki. You can do an exception on your recycle bin to make sure. So every time the Syncovery deletes files, it doesn't go on your recycle bin. Because I know some people that didn't update for 9 months, a year, or whatever. So of course, Syncovery has a need to move and delete a ton of files, and the recycle bin, it's full of pack. It doesn't have space to add more games and stuff. So you have two choices. You delete your recycle bin in the process, or you do an exception. You just right click recycle bin and do an exception for your DNR drive. Simple as that, and you run Syncovery. If you have any problem, do your extract here to regain all the missing files, and that's it. Enjoy, guys. The Beast is very, very complete, and I'm still working every month, every time because I'm a player too, right? And I want it as more easy as I can for me and for you. So enjoy, guys. See you on the next update. This is your Patreon update and free user in 2 months, and for Patreon it's available today. Thanks for watching, guys.